This video is about tangent scenarios. Now we're going to look at tangent angles or arcs. Whenever you have a tangent scenario, you have one scenario, okay? And the vertex is going to be on the outside. So just as a quick sketch here, if that's a circle, I have a tangent here. I would have a tangent here. All right. They meet right there, so that would be my theta. Now I'm going to call this side A. All right. If that side is A, then the other side is going to be 360 minus A. Or the other arc, I should say. Now, it can go backwards and forwards, and this is what we're going to be looking about. We're going to refer to this as big arc, and this one right here as little or small. SMall. Okay? So how do we do tangent, arcs, and angles? We identify the tangent. We identify which one's the big and which one's the small. And then we apply the formula. And remember, the formula says the angle is equal to half the big minus small, or 2 times the angle is equal to big minus small. Okay? And we know that one trip around the circle is 360 degrees. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to call this angle that we're messing up here, the question mark, I'm going to call it X. Now when I look at this, I notice it's a tangent scenario. I'm going to call this big and this small. Okay? Now, we know that the small is 135 degrees. Therefore, we know that if we take 360 minus the small, let's see, that'll be 225, and that's going to be the measure of our big. We need the angle, the big arc, and the small arc to be able to find a missing arc or angle measurement. All right, so here we go. I know that the angle is equal to half of big arc minus small arc. All right, so if I grab my calculator and I take 225 minus 135, I get 90. So X is equal to half of 90, or X would be 45 degrees. Now, every scenario, whether I cover it in the video or not, can be kind of looked at in this way. All right? So let's take a look at this. Now all of a sudden they want us to find this arc. This arc is X. I know that's also, we're going to refer to this as big. I need to find small. Okay? In a circle we have 360 degrees. If I take the big arc, X, off of 360, that will give me the small arc. So I'm going to call the small arc 360 minus X. Once I have this information, I have my 3 things: angle, small arc, big arc. I know that the angle is equal to half of the big arc, X, minus the small arc. Now, I have to subtract the small arc, so I'm going to simply change the signs as I write it. I have to subtract 360, and I have to subtract negative X, which is really saying add X. Now, I see a variable over to the right side. That tells me don't worry about distributing that 1/2. Let's go ahead and multiply the left side by 2. So I have 114, and then that got rid of the 1/2. I'm now going to combine like terms. 2X minus 360. I'm going to add 360 to both sides, so that gives me 474 is equal to 2X. And if I divide both sides by 2, let's just use a calculator. 474 divided by 2 gives me 237 degrees. And that's our big arc. All right? How about one like this? Let's see. Okay, I see the angle. I see big, but I don't know small. So I'm going to write this over here. To find small, I know that the whole circle is 360. but I have to take off the arc that I know. And again, remember this is for tangent, tangent. So I'm going to subtract 34x, and I'm going to subtract 9, and that gives me 351 minus 34x, and that's small here. Okay? There's my three pieces. I know that the angle is equal to half of the big arc, 34x plus 9, minus the small arc. So I'm going to subtract 351, and I'm going to add 34x. So remember, I'm subtracting the small, and when I write it into the equation, I'm writing down the opposites. All right, I'm going to move that 1/2 over to the left side by multiplying by 2. So that gives me 134. I'm going to combine like terms. 34x and 34x is 68x. And I've got 9 minus 351. Let's see, 9 minus 351 is negative 342. I'm going to add 342, so that would give me 476 is equal to 68x. And I believe this is going to be 7, but let's just double check it. 476 divided by 68 tells me x is 7. All right, let's try one more like this. Holy cow. Look at this. All right, so I've got angle, big, small. I've got my three pieces. Even though I don't know any numbers, I know the three pieces. So I'm going to go straight to the formula that says the angle is equal to half big arc minus the small arc. So I'm going to write that as minus 15x minus 7. All right, I'm going to distribute 2 on the left side. So that leaves me with 18x plus 10 is equal to, and then I'm going to combine like terms here. So let's see, that would be 21x minus 11. All right, I'm going to subtract 21x. So I've got negative 3x plus 10 equals negative 11. Subtract 10, negative 3x is equal to negative 21. And divide by negative 3, I get x is equal to 7. All right? No matter whether you've seen an example exactly like what's on the homework or not, notice how we kept using the same rule over and over. All right? Good luck. Let me know if you have any questions.